Hey there, it's Sandy, and I am here with Creating Color for August 2021, and I'm going to make a Halloween card. And I know it feels early, I know that, I get it, but there's a Halloween stamp, and I decided to not only use her, but another stamp so she can have a friend. I masked out the front image, and I only cut the portion that touches the second image. So don't make yourself trim out the whole thing if you only need to trim out part of it. I'm going to use my luminance pencils. These are brand new. Well, I shouldn't say brand new. A year and a half old. I think they came out a year and a half or so ago, maybe a little longer than that. And I bought them and they have been sitting in the studio forever, staring at me because I knew I needed to update my luminance hex chart with them. And that was going to be a lot of work, so I just kept putting it off. But I finally got that done. It's over on my other channel, so you can go see my own if you want to hear more about the hex chart. But let's talk about coloring these guys. I'm using this set in particular, this set of 20 colors, to see if I can make people out of it. It's called a portrait assortment, so it should have colors for people. And what I found was it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. The colors that are in it are not a lot of light colors. The two you can see in the swatches in the upper left corner, that's about as light as it gets. And I was dying to get into my other batch of luminance pencils and grab other colors to use, but no, I made myself stick with it. And I was trying to use really light pressure and to try to see if I could maybe make some colors that would work for two different skin tones for these two little girls. I eventually did get it working, but I had to layer some light colors over top of darker colors, which you might want to remember if you end up coloring something in any brand of colored pencil. A lot of colored pencils have some opacity to them. So you can use a light color on top and it'll lighten what's underneath of it. So I was glad for that property in these pencils, for sure. I'm putting a shadow under the rim of the hat because that's where the shadow will fall on her head, and using a kind of reddish brown color that's in this collection, and then trying to brighten up her hair a little bit. The black was going to be the biggest problem for me because there's no black in this group of colors specifically. And I was trying some of the blues in it, and you can see that this blue is a really dark one. It's not a full-on black for sure, but there is one other black, and this one is called dark indigo, and it is practically black. It's not black if you color it just by itself, but it's really close. The swatch in the upper right-hand side that's kind of sticking off camera, that is actually the color of it by itself, and it probably looks black to most people, but to me I can tell there's more blue content in it than in my black pencil. But I'm probably going to use that more instead of a black because I don't like just a straight up black color. I like a black that has more life in it. So I layered a bunch of blues and things underneath of her outfit so that I could get that glow of color underneath of her beautiful dress. And then shading in the shoes and moving around the image. Now the other girl, I was trying to think about what I wanted to dress her as. And I thought about a costume that I had when I was in college. I've never been a big Halloween gal. I've never gone to a lot of Halloween parties and dressed up and all that kind of thing. But I did do an outfit once where I was a go-go girl. And I decided to make her a go-go girl. You can see I was wrestling with the skin tone. It doesn't look all that great. Really wished I had some other colors there. But I also wanted to make her a person of color, so I colored her hair dark and gave it some kind of fuzzy edges to it so that she could have some really soft poofy hair, and I gave her poofy ponytails. But that meant the other point of the ponytails I was going to have to figure out what to do with, since I hadn't masked that off when I stamped, and decided she would be wearing a flowy scarf that would have some flowy edges to it, so that would cover any of the hair floofs that exist in the stamp set itself. And since I am a person who also, I'm the one who always wears the coat when nobody else wears a coat, so she's going to wear a coat. She's got a headband on for her 60s go-go girl outfit, And I wanted to brighten it up, and I didn't have anything to brighten it up with really, so I threw some orange on top of that color that I thought was going to be more of a pink, and it didn't really look very pink. And her dress, her go-go girl dress, was going to be like the one that I had when I was in college, which was a kind of off-white with these green and black and kind of orange circles to it. It was the ugliest thing I'd ever seen, but I saw it in the thrift shop and I had to get it because it was so gross. So she's going to wear my gross dress from college. Lucky her. And I wore some like funky sunglasses. I found pointed sunglasses because I thought that would make me look cool. I don't know. I think those were probably more of 50s sunglasses that I was wearing, but you know, whatever. She's enjoying her costume anyway. And just finished up with some white pen details. I think there's a law in the universe that if it's a card made by me, it just has to have some white pen on it. I do believe. I'm not sure where I've seen it written down, but I think it should be a law. So to finish off my card, I trimmed it down a little bit to make room for a blue border around it, so it'll reflect the blue in their outfits, and a black card base, and called it done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button. Make sure you follow MFT if you're not already, and I will see you again next month with some more coloring. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.